Christmas Eve, 1945, 5 of the 9 Sodder children went to bed, never to be seen again. The Sodder family, like any other, had their usual evening routine. A hearty dinner, laughter shared, stories told, and then the children were tucked into bed. The night was as ordinary as any other, until the crackling flames of a devastating fire shattered the tranquility. Their home, nestled in the quiet town of Fayetteville, West Virginia, was consumed by an inferno that left nothing but smoldering ruins in its wake. As the dawn broke and the fire was finally extinguished, a dreadful realization dawned upon the Sodder family. 5 of their children were unaccounted for. The initial belief was that they had tragically perished in the fire, their young lives snuffed out in the blaze. But ashes turned up no remains. The children seemed to have vanished into thin air. The question echoed through the smoky ruins. Where were the Sodder children? As the flames died down and the cold reality of their home's destruction set in, the Sodders began a desperate search in the ashes. They expected to find the heartbreaking but undeniable evidence of their children's demise. But what they found, or rather, didn't find, only deepened the mystery. Not a trace of their 5 missing children could be unearthed from the ashes. No bones, no remnants of clothing, nothing. This stark absence of physical proof ignited a spark of hope, or perhaps denial within the parents. Their growing suspicion bloomed into a full-blown conviction. Their children had not perished in the fire. Something sinister was at play, and so the search broadened, reaching beyond the charred remains of their home. The Sodders refused to believe their children were dead. They were determined to find the truth. As the ashes cooled, dark possibilities began to emerge. The disappearance of the Sodder children was not just a puzzling mystery, it was a chilling tale of theories that could make anyone's blood run cold. Firstly, there was the theory of kidnapping. Some believed that the children had been snatched away in the dead of night, perhaps for ransom or some nefarious purpose. The lack of remains in the house after the fire seemed to suggest that they were not there when the disaster struck. Then, there was the theory of mafia involvement. The Sodders were immigrants from Italy, and there were rumors that they had crossed paths with the local mafia. Could it be that the children were taken as a cruel act of retribution? However, the most horrifying theory of all was the potential that the children were sold into child trafficking. The idea that these innocent lives could have been thrust into such a grim world is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. Adding fuel to the fire of these theories were the mysterious sightings and photos that emerged over the years. Phantom images of children who bore striking resemblances to the missing Sodder children kept the theories alive and the search ongoing. Each theory more chilling than the last, the search for the Sodder children became an obsession. Decades passed, but the Sodder mystery remained unsolved. The Sodder family, forever marked by the chilling event, never ceased their quest for truth. Their home became a hub for amateur detectives and dogged journalists, all drawn to the enigma that was the Sodder children's disappearance. Year after year, they delved into countless leads, sifting through a maze of half-truths and dead ends. Some days, new trails would appear, sparking a glimmer of hope. Yet, each time, they found themselves back at square one, the truth dancing just out of reach. The lack of definitive evidence was a constant frustration. There were no bodies, no signs of struggle, no concrete proof of foul play, just a burned-down house and 5 missing children. Theories swirled, each more unnerving than the last. Were they kidnapped, murdered, or did they simply vanish into thin air? The debate raged on, fueled by the persistence of the Sodders and the fascination of true crime enthusiasts. Some claimed the children were still alive, hidden somewhere in the world. Others argued they were victims of a sinister plot. The truth, it seemed, was as elusive as the children themselves. The Sodder children disappeared on a cold Christmas Eve. Their fate remains one of the most haunting unsolved mysteries in American history. For more bizarre tales, follow BizarreHubNetwork.